we are going to knit the hand. I'm starting with the left front hand, and each hand is different with the order of how you put on the fingers and so forth, but the basics are the same. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take that last 4-row I-cord finger that we did, and I'm going to divide the stitches onto 2 needles, the front needle and the back needle. This is going to help us get that hollowed hand that looks so nice. Well, that was harder than it should be. We take our second long toe, and we're going to put the middle stitches on the back, or the outside stitches on the back, and the middle on the front. So we've got 6 and 6, or 3 and 3. 6 stitches total. Now, if you've ever worked with double pointed needles before in the round, you usually have the yarn on 3 needles and then you stitch with a 4th. But because it's easier to keep track of the front and back of the hand when they're on 2 needles, it's easier that way. So we're going to start by making sure our yarn isn't wound around any of the needles. And we're going to go around twice, just for our base stitching. So now I'm knitting the top of the hand, and when I turn it, I'll be knitting the back. And if you haven't tightened up your fingers, you can still see some of the ladder rungs, excuse me, the ladder rungs in there. You can also mark one of your toes as being the front and back, because it's not hard to get confused where you're at. Okay, that was one. And then the second row. Now the first digit we're going to add on is going to be the pinky. And we're actually going to start putting the pinky on at the end of the row here. And to do that, we're going to take our pinky and we're going to knit one of the stitches onto the back and 2 onto the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to preload that back needle with those last 2, and then then knit 1 onto the back needle to finish the row. And now we can start our new row. I believe we knit around twice for that as well. So at this point we have 5 stitches on the front and 4 on the back. That's one row. Now you might be tempted to, get rid of all those little tails we got going on there, but hold on, don't get rid of those quite yet. I know they're a pain, but you can use them to fill in any gaps and tighten the stitches of your hand after you get the bones in it and get it all stuffed. Okay, so this is the last half of our second row, and now we are going to attach the thumb. Now because it's a front hand, we want it to be nice and slim. So with this one, we're going to do a decrease. And it's a slip, knit, yarn over. If you're an experienced knitter and you want to knit 2 through the back, that's quite all right at this point. Just don't substitute that stitch on the wings. Okay, so we've did the slip, knit, yarn over, and we've knitted the 3 from the front. Now we're going to add that last digit. And let's see, we have 1 on the front and 2 on the back. So we're just going to, again, preload that back needle and go ahead and stitch that 1 on the front. Tighten that up. So that was the first half of the row, and here's the second. Now remember, when we started this row, we did a decrease right at the edge of the palm, so we're going to want to do that again. Only this time we want it to slant in, so we knit 2 together. Oops. Let's try that again. Now we've got all our digits on there. Let's tighten that one up. There we go. Okay. We're going to want to knit around 1 time just to make a nice even row to work from for the next decrease. Front, back. Now we did a decrease on this side, and we're going to mirror it with a decrease on this side. So we're going to knit 3. And because we want the stitches to slant in, we're going to knit 2 together. Turn it over. Do a slip. Knit, yarn over, and knit to the end. And that is all there is to it. Decreasing the, excuse me, not decreasing, we're going to do some wrap and turns for the ankle, and I will do that on another video.